So let's just come to the front of the mat to start the session, because today we're going to go through a series of sun salutations. I thought we could start to get some energy flowing in this class. It's only going to be about 35 minutes long, but we're going to do quite a few sun salutations. Start to start slowly and then build up the speed. And one of the things that I've read in the past, I don't know if you can see that on the video, but there's actually a book which is dedicated to sun salutations or Surya namaskar, and it's actually originally a practice in its own right, and it was very popular, I think, at the kind of turn of the sort of 1900s. People started, it came over to the West as a practice in its own right, and so it is kind of an all-round sort of exercise routine, but it's more than an exercise. It's breathing, it's toning, so it does all the good things. Whatever it does for the body, makes it stronger, more flexible, calmer. It does that for the mind too. So if you wanted to, so coming to the front of the mat, and when we start off in this practice, we just bring the hands into prayer position. So we've got the hands in front of the chest, and this in the practice is Padmasana, and it's just looking towards the fingertips, softly gazing towards the fingertips. And if you imagine when you start the practice first thing in the morning, it really is, or any time really, it's a time to bring the mind to stillness, softly gazing. So the eyes are open, and we're just taking a look inside the body. We're just checking out where the weight is balanced, both sides of both legs, even weight distribution. Of course, we're connecting with the breath, so we're breathing deeply in and deeply out. So we're allowing the breath to really start to lengthen and start to get the essence of the breath is coming back to its natural state. So we're not kind of breathing into the chest, or we're not breathing quickly. We're just allowing the breath to lengthen and be smooth. And then connecting with the ground underneath the feet. So really feeling like the soles of the feet are growing roots down into the earth, so that we can become grounded. But we're also flexible. So strong roots, but a flexible body. And on the next breath in, we're going to breathe and reach up with both arms, just looking up to the hands and just offering a little bit of a back bend, if you can see this, lifting the chest. And then we're just going to bring the hands back into this namaste position again. And then breathe, open the chest. And then release back the hands down again. So just allowing this movement to flow, and breathe, open. So each successive in-breath, you open a little bit more. And then this time we're going to come down. So breathe, open, and then we're going to float down. And we're just going to come halfway down to start with. So just coming halfway down and bringing the weight slightly forward. So in each of these positions, we're almost, for the first round of this sun salutation, we're going to really deconstruct it. And so we're going to bring the weight forward onto the fronts of the feet, but keeping the heels down. We're going to suck the belly in. We're going to lengthen the front of the body. Crown of the head moves away from the sitting bones as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, you're going to fold a little bit more. And you can actually bend the knees now. So bending the knees, fingertips on the ground, looking forward, and then stepping back with that right leg. So stepping all the way back with the right leg, and then dropping that back knee. So I'm staying with the fingertips down, and allow the pelvis to release down. So pelvis releases down. You can feel the opening in the front of the right hip, and the chest is lifting up, but keeping those fingertips on the ground for now. And then let's just add this little opening of the chest. So we come into like a crescent moon position. So lifting up, fingertips lift, chest lifts, and then chest opens, breathing in and release, hands down. And we're going to press now back into downward facing dog. So into downward facing dog. And really pressing the heels down into the ground. The chest presses back towards the thighs, and the eyes are looking towards the knees. So by doing so, the back of the neck is lengthened, externally rotating the shoulder blades, externally rotating the tops of the arms to do that, and breathing deeply, and just really enjoying this opening sensation. So I say this quite a lot in the classes, but once you've got into this downward dog, this is a resting pose. And if at any time it gets too much, then you can come down onto the knees and rest in child's pose if that's the case. But for now, if you're still up there, we're going to release the knees down anyway, and then release the chest down towards the ground. And we're going to be in this Ashtanga position. So Ashtanga is, you've got the toes, the knees, the chest, the hands, and the chin. So we've got 8 positions on the ground. And then in this first round from there, we're going to just come up into this nice little Sphinx posture. So chest is opening, really nicely opening of the chest. And then from there, both hands under the shoulders, and then pressing up and back into our downward facing dog. And if you remember, we stepped back with our right foot to start with. So we're going to keep the right foot planted down there, and we're going to raise that left leg up into the air. So raise it up, and that allows the right heel to press down, keeping the chest pressing back towards the thighs, and then swinging that left leg all the way through between the hands. Now, if you find that the leg just lands halfway, you know what to do. Is give it a helping hand. That's absolutely fine. There's no right way or wrong way with this. And just as we did before, just feeling the opening in the front of that right hip. Raising the arms, palms facing forwards and upwards. And release down from there. And then stepping back, both feet together if you can. And so wherever is comfortable for you. So it's always worth as well, I forgot to mention at the front of the class, is that always worth having a block or 2 around. So you might want to, either rest the hands on the shins or Rest the hands on a block or fingertips or palms of the hands on the floor. But wherever is comfortable for you, whatever is a comfortable seat. And breathe in and lengthen. And aiming, eventually the chin and the shins will meet. Bending those knees from there. Engage the glutes. We're going to lift from the biggest muscles in the body and lift up. Using the glutes, not the back muscles, no strain in the back. Open. And then coming back down into this namaste posture. So that's half a sun salutation. Let's do the other half. So breathe. Open the chest. And closing down, falling down. So a little bit quicker on this round. Lengthen the front of the body. Bring the weight forward slightly. Hands either on the shins or on the floor or on a block, whatever suits you. It's your practice, don't forget. And then bending the knees. And this time it's the left leg comes all the way back, as far back as it'll go. Dropping that back knee. And then really sort of enjoying this opening in the back of the left hip this time. Keeping the fingertips down for now. Pelvis releases down. Chest is trying to move up as high as possible, but keeping the connection with the fingertips and the ground. And then breathe, open the chest, palms facing forwards and upwards. And then coming down from there and stepping back into our downward facing dog position. So really, once again, it's really about pressing that chest back towards the thighs, looking towards the knees, heels pressing back, abdomen is engaged, tops of the arms externally rotating. Really, really nice posture to be in. If I only had one posture, this would be it for me. Does everything. Does absolutely everything. And then from there, I know you want to stay there longer. It's very Moorish. But let's just come down, first of all, onto the knees. And then just chest comes down. So we're literally in this very strange looking posture. Best not to look too closely, just do it rather than looking. And then from there you can either come into Sphinx as we did before with the elbows down, or if you wanted to, you can try this upward facing dog, but only if the back is okay. So listen, it really is, it's your body. Don't be trying to do anything that it doesn't want to do. Always got to be a comfortable seat. This Sthira Sukham philosophy. And then from there, let's come back into downward facing dog. And then remember that we stepped back with a left leg. So we're going to keep that left foot down, raising that right leg up into the air. Feeling that open in the back of that left leg, and then swinging the right leg through, all the way through, dropping that back knee, and then raising arms up, open the chest, and then release from there. Stepping forward, both feet together. Lengthen the front of the body, fold, and then bend in the knees, engage the glutes, engage the belly, and breathing in as you're coming up, opening the chest, and then releasing the hands back down into this prayer position. Okay, just taking a moment now just to breathe here, just noticing the difference in the body temperature. And that is just one round of a sun salutation. And we're just going to do a couple more rounds here and then adding a little bit into it. So just adjusting the mat. So let's start again. Let's do one more round, but a little bit faster. So breathe, arms up, and then fold. Looking forward, both legs straight. And then it's right foot back, dropping that back knee, release the arms up, and the arms down. I'm going to step back into downward facing dog. Dropping down to the knees, chest down, and then upward facing dog or sphinx, whatever suits you. Then downward facing dog. We're going to raise that right leg up into the air, and then we're going to open towards the right side. So really sort of enjoying this opening from the right armpit all the way up through the hip, the waist. Keep pressing back down to that left thigh and release from there. Drop into the knees and resting just for a few moments into child's pose. And then from there, we're going to keep moving because we want to keep this energy flowing. We're going to just move forward, scooting forward. Chin comes down through back into its Ashtanga position. And then back up again. And then back into downward facing dog. Raising that left leg up into the air. Swinging that all the way through. Dropping that back knee and raise up. Arms up. Arms down. Stepping forward. Straight legs if you can. Folding into the legs. Bend the knees. Peel the belly off the thighs. Open. And then hands back into this namaste position. And just one more side. Breathe. And fold. Lengthen the front of the body. Stepping back with the left leg this time, as far back as possible. Dropping that back knee. Arms up. Arms down. Downward facing dog. And then from there, let's just raise that left leg up into the air, pressing that right heel down, and then open that left leg and onto the left side, chest looking to the left. That really nice opening through the rib cage, armpit, the waist, wherever it opens for you. And then just coming out of there. Downward facing dog. This time let's just come straight into this Ashtanga position. And then up into Sphinx or upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Raising that right leg into the air and swinging it all the way through. Dropping that back knee. And from there, let's just open the chest. And release the hands down. Now, keeping that left hand on the fingertips on the inside of the right foot. And then open towards the right leg. So encouraging a little bit of a twist here on that right side. and then coming down from there. And then this is where we do the famous, what do you call it, soft shoe shuffle. We're going to just flip the legs around like that. We're going to just do that little bit of quite a groovy little movement there. I've trademarked that movement, so don't obviously keep it to yourself. And then from here, keeping that right hand down on the inside of the left foot, and I'm going to turn away from you. So turning towards that left leg there. And then release down. And then we're going to, from there, just going to raise that right leg off the ground. So right leg is coming off the ground. And we're going to come into quite a long stance, if you can, of a warrior one position. So left leg forward. So it's strong through the left side. Strong back thigh as well, strong back leg. And then if you wanted to, you can raise the arms up into the air, palms facing towards each other. Imagine it's energy connecting the palms together. Feel the energy, looking up to that space. Open the chest, release. And from there, we're gonna spin all the way round, coming onto the other side. So right foot is forward, left heel is back. And from there, we're gonna come up to a standing position. And we're gonna open the arms up into the air if you can. If you can't, then you can stay here. But again, looking up between the hands, palms facing each other. Maybe you can even feel the heat connecting. Or is it heat or is it prana? What is it that's connecting those palms together? And then release from there. Stepping forward with that foot folded into the legs, bending the knees, engaging the glutes, engaging the abdomen, and lifting up. Open the chest. And then bring the hands back into this namaste position. So at the front of the mat, just catching the breath, just really sort of breathing deeply, look into the fingertips. And just feeling the heat in the body, connecting with the breath, connecting with the heart. It's a miracle, really. The heart just beats all the time and we just hardly notice it. We breathe all the time and we hardly notice it. But let's just be grateful for those things. And then just releasing the hands, and then just looking up and just giving the body a little bit of a shake. And it's been quite a strong practice. The sun salutation is it's always a good thing to do, I think, just to really start to get the energy flowing. Working up, start with 1 round, go to 2, just move it up, and just really, you know, especially if you're feeling quite low energy. You know, when you're feeling low energy, that's the time when you're most reluctant to do this kind of exercise, but it's actually probably the best time to do it because it does change. It's all about the state of the mind. So improving the state of the body, improving the state of the mind. And so from there, let's just come down onto the floor and come into initially a very, very formal Shavasana, just allowing the body to rest. So heels together, but feet dropping out to the side, having the hands far enough away from the body to allowing the palms to be open and the shoulders to open. So just can lie in Shavasana, just allowing that to the practice tonight to absorb into the body. Just being conscious of the heat, the heart, the breath. And really just feeling that the whole of the body is completely supported by the earth. It's completely supported by the ground. And really I'd encourage you to, after any practice, either come straight into Shavasana for a good 10 minutes or go into a meditation. The practice of yoga, the asana practice, is really about making the body and the supple and strong enough to be able to sit quietly, to allow the mind to come to some stillness too. So I'm going to finish the practice tonight there. Hope you enjoyed the session, and there's quite a few more videos on YouTube, meditations, relaxations, more practices. I'm going to start to put a few more on over the next few weeks. So I'll leave you to your final relaxation. Namaste.